Okay, we're live. We have we showed up twice, and we got some kind of weird noise coming on there. Okay. Anyway, we have Amy, Vijaya, Salim, and myself. Patrick, September 9th, 2015. Amy, you want to go first?
Sure. So I went back to the tutorials and realized I'd forgotten about Rails Generate, and that's why I was doing everything piecemeal and was so lost. So I just basically started the story over again and made the controllers, and it came with the tests and so on and so forth. So I feel like I'm back on track. I still need to redo a couple of the things, like I made the form in the original messed up version, and I added a description field in the original messed up version, so I got to go and do those. But I'm no longer quite so lost.
Good. Yeah, those Rails guides are my Bible. I start there first before I do anything. Good to hear. Any blockers? Guess not, huh?
Nope.
Okay, good.
Not today.
Vijaya, do you want to go?
Yeah. I'm working on the JS registration. I have some issues in CSN. We fixed it. Salim and me, we worked together in the pair program today and yesterday. And we created the create method is almost done. We are testing, entering the data into the database.
Okay, good. So you said you had some CSS issues, but you resolved that?
Yeah, resolved. Yeah.
Good. All right. Any blockers?
No.
Okay, great. Salim, you want to go?
Yeah, sure, Patrick. Since yesterday, this morning we did a pair program with Vijaya, and what else? That's it for me. That's what I did yesterday.
Okay, sounds good. No blockers then?
No progress.
Okay, great. As far as myself, I've been working on wrapping up the work for agency person, in particular being able to edit and update an agency person. And what I mean by that is not so much name, password, etc. That's going to be done in a user management set of actions. But for agency person, when you edit an agency person, you can change the branch, you can change the roles, you can change the assignment to job seekers, things like that. So those are kind of admin actions you can perform on an agency person if you're an agency admin. I ran into a problem today when if you're an agency admin and you're editing yourself and you're the only admin for the agency, you can't remove yourself from the agency admin role. You can't uncheck that box. So this is one of those nightmare scenarios where I set the control to be disabled so the checkbox shows up and you can see that it's checked, but it's grayed out, indicating that you can't uncheck it. The problem is that Rails strips out any disabled checkbox values and doesn't pass it back in the params to the controller. So my controller sees it and thinks, oh, this user somehow has been able to uncheck themselves as an admin, and they're the only agency admin for the agency. It produces a model validation error, and I come back and I display that in red. So I didn't know that params was not including the value of any checkbox or any form control for that matter that has been disabled. Live and learn. So anyway, I'm struggling with trying to get that to work now that I've discovered what the root cause of the problem was. Kind of deeper into the Rails params management logic than I wanted to be, but I got to fix that. So that's kind of a semi-blocker for me today, but I'm going to continue banging at it until I'm done with it. So, just in general, and commenting, this is a really bad week for me for pair programming, unfortunately, but it's good that people are doing that. Hopefully, I'll get back on the saddle on that toward the end of the week and certainly next week, because I think I like to do that, and I kind of miss being able to do that sometimes. So I haven't pulled away, or I haven't lost my commitment to the project by any means. So just so people know. I guess that's about it. Anybody else have any comment or anything we should discuss?
Not really, but you said something kind of complex. It would be better if you know, in terms of if you show us in terms of the codes. Probably most of us wouldn't understand what you just said, I guess.
Yeah, we don't really need to go into it. I guess what I'm saying
Yeah.
is I got dragged into a very relatively deep technical problem with the way that Rails handles form
Right.
control.
Okay. Okay.
You know, very innocent walking in, just thinking if I can just show a checkbox, have it be disabled so the user can't change it. But you know, it's a generic problem where you have, say, configuration settings that you want to show a user,
Yeah.
but you don't want to have them change them. We've all seen that, right? Where you see checkboxes, things like that.
Right.
You can check, but you can't change it. It's disabled.
Oh, okay.
Well, what happens is Rails does not include the value of those checkboxes when it sends it back to the server. So basically, my controller is looking at that and saying, "Oh, this checkbox value was not sent to me. It must be unchecked. It's not supposed to be unchecked. That's a problem."
I see.
Yeah, yeah. It was more just a lament, a rant, if you will,
Okay.
than anything else. Just a venting. We all have to vent sometime, right?
Right.
Vent away.
It's a learning opportunity. I should put it that way. It's an opportunity to extend my
There you
knowledge of
go.
how Rails does stuff. That's the key finding.
Yes.
Anyway, we are making progress. Sounds like job seeker registration is coming along. That's good.
Yeah. Maybe when you get time, as we said yesterday, let's look at the job architecture of the database, how we design the database, and then see if we can do about it the job. If you have time, maybe next week or something.
Yeah, no, definitely. I want to get to that. I know it's enticing to dive in and start implementing, but I think we threw that schema together pretty quickly, and we didn't really have much group discussion on some aspects. The job stuff,
Okay.
like I said, there's got to be eight tables alone that comprise the picture
Right.
of how we manage jobs. It's really complex. It may be overly complex.
Right. Yeah.
And we got to see if that structure fits the real world as we walk through how a user might actually use that stuff. I'm far from convinced it actually works as is.
Okay.
But that's another thing I need to find time to spend some time on.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anybody else have anything?
Nope.
Discussing? Okay. All right. Well, let's call it a Scrum then, and we'll connect up tomorrow then.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks,
All right.
everybody.
See you tomorrow.
All right.
Bye.
Bye now.
Uh-huh.